Hi, everyone, and welcome to the weekly update for the week of June 24th. Again, just like last week, not really that much to go over. Just want to make sure we're all on track with where we need to be. I just finalized the quizzes from last week as well as the problem set case study. So make sure to check out the feedback in your Dropbox and review your grade book for your grades on those assignments. Just taking a quick look at our course schedule. If you'll go over to content and then navigate down to course information and course schedule, just a quick look at what we've got coming up. I know next week is 4th of July week. So we only have one thing due next week. We're only going to cover one chapter. That's chapter 9 and time value analysis. So it's a fairly short chapter. You have one associated quiz to go along with that, Chapter 9 quiz. That's going to open Monday the 1st and stay open just as with the other ones through Sunday the 7th at midnight. And you do have your first ethical case study due next week, again on July 7th. So I want to take just a second to go through what the ethical case study is. So if you'll navigate up to content and go down to assignments, to case studies and ethical case study, you're able to read about the ethical case studies there. And you can see, as I have in the description here, there's not necessarily a right or a wrong answer that I'm looking for in these case studies. So there's no one defined correct answer that we're going after here. What I'm looking for is one that you're following along with the rubric, and you're able to see that here in the case study guidelines, as well as associated with the Dropbox. But what I'm looking for, one, that you're adhering to the rubric, two, that you're using the information we talked about to date in the class and the information that you've learned during your time in the program to really assess what you would do in the position that you're presented with through the ethical case study. So how would you make the decision? How do you justify that it's, ethically the right decision to make, regardless of which way you kind of go or which side you fall on the issue? So again, no, necessarily don't think that there's a right or a wrong answer, but what I'm looking for is, can you make your position known and support that position in a sound manner? So again, you have the first ethical case study due this coming Sunday. We'll go back to course information. Just real quick before we navigate away, let me go back to case study and ethical case study. I want to encourage everyone to watch this ethical case study assignments overview too. That's going to go a little bit more in depth on what the expectations are for the assignment. So we'll go back to the course schedule and just look a couple weeks down the road. So we're getting, close to the midpoint in the semester. Week of July 8th, we're going to be, again, just doing one chapter that week. That's going to be chapter 17, one associated quiz. Now, I will say with chapter 17, there is a homework assignment due. And I know we're only going over one chapter this week, but this homework assignment is quite lengthy. So I am going to encourage you to start on it, Monday, and do a little piece at a time, so that way you're not getting to the weekend and trying to hurry and making common mistakes that I see on that homework assignment. So if you'll start early, you'll be in a good position, so you're not rushing by the 14th to have that done. And then, we'll have about 3 weeks left after that. We'll have the week of July 15th. Again, one chapter there. And then the week of July 22nd and the week of July 29th, we're doing something just a little bit different. I'll go into that in a little more detail the closer we get to those weeks. And then the week of August 5th will be our final exam week. So just make sure that you're aware that final exam is going to be due by that Thursday because of the way the semester falls, August 8th at 4:30. So just try to be making your plans and your schedules accordingly. But other than that, great job again this week. Kudos to everybody. You guys are doing great. I don't see any major issues from my perspective, but certainly if you're having issues or you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me by phone, email. You can stop by my office. More than happy to speak to you. Other than that, guys, have a great week. Great 4th of July. And if you need anything, again, just please feel free to reach out to me, and we'll see you back next week for the weekly update.